Okay, so I think I might be live streaming on Patreon, but I'm not entirely sure. But I hope so. So there's the GunGuyTV live screen. Now what I'm trying to do is figure out if there's anybody actually watching it, which is always questionable. You never know. Could be. If there is, I got to figure out how in the world do I get to, let's see if I hit publish. Let's do this, publish now. See if that does it. It looks like it did. Okay, so if you are watching this, if anybody's watching this, do me a favor and type in a comment or something so I'll know it's working, because I have no idea. I'm going to transition the screen here so you can actually see me at this point, if indeed this is functional. I'm not sure that it is. I'm hoping that it is. If I look on there, what do I see? So you can actually see me at this point, if indeed this is doing something functional. I'm not sure marginally, I'm somewhat semi-intelligent. If I look on there, what do I see? So you can actually see me at this point, if indeed you're not doing something functional. I'm not sure if we can turn that off. That got rid of that. Now you should just have little old me, I hope. I don't know. I hope this is working. So if you're seeing this at all, if this is coming through on Patreon at all, live, I would like to actually do some of these live streams kind of regularly. And I know I didn't tell anybody I was doing it right now. So this is just a test for me to see if it's working. So I think I'm going to yammer here a little bit and see if maybe you happen to pop on and see that I'm sitting here talking to myself. As you can see, I had the... I've got the Bell's palsy thing going on, and that's not nearly as bad as it was, so I'm thrilled about that. Seems to be going better. Went to the, it's not that important really, it's kind of a minor thing, but I did go to the doctor, and they gave me prednisone, which, oh my gosh, if you've ever taken that stuff, that's awful. Tastes terrible in the first place. Yuck. And then it, kind of beats you up. It beats up your stomach and whatever, anyway, on top of that. So it's pretty bad, I got to tell you. But it did knock the swelling down to the nerve, so I don't know if I'm improving or not. I think my eyes are a little more even. I'm looking at the camera here. I think my eyes are a little more even than they were. Seem to be anyway. And I don't seem to have as much difficulty speaking. So it's getting better. I still, I can say P's now, and I can say B's, and I can do that. I couldn't do that before. And as long as I get out of the blended consonants, S, P, and so on, when you get Bayor or something like that. I have to really concentrate on those. But otherwise, it seems to be going pretty well, and I'm almost over the virus entirely. So I'm looking forward to getting back into the saddle again here on Patreon and on YouTube this next week. We'll see how well it works. I don't know. So my hope is that this little live stream actually functions. If it does, I'd like to do these periodically. I don't have a particular subject matter to chat about. I figured I'd just publish them, and give you a notice about them ahead of time. And if you want to just hang out and have kind of an informal chat session or something, we could do that. I'm sure that there's, people send me questions about gun laws and like that a lot. So, it'd give me an opportunity to do that. Maybe if I know the answer, I can share it with you. And if I don't know the answer, I can be really honest and say, I don't know. However, there are some interesting things that have happened recently, I think are kind of interesting. The whole 3D printed gun thing I find to be completely idiotic. People are freaking out about that all over the place. Not gun people, we all know better, but the media and people in the political world are freaking out about that like crazy, which is kind of stupid because anybody anywhere can make their own gun. We've been doing it for as long as guns have been around and this country's been around. It's been perfectly legal to make your own firearm. You can do it right here in California where I am. You don't have to have a license to do it. You make your own gun. In California, they require you to register them and put a serial number on it. But other than that, most states don't even require that. You just make it and you got it. You can make a flintlock. You can make a black powder cap and ball gun. You can make a revolver. You can make whatever. You can get yourself the 80% lowers for Glocks and various different handguns, 1911s. You can make rifles of various different types and kinds. And that's always been the case. You certainly don't need a 3D printer to do it. And then there was a news story I posted on Facebook where the local news channel made the little Liberator handgun and it blew up. And the politicians are worried about terrorists using that. It blows up most of the time. I mean, the firing pin is a roofing nail, and the whole thing's made out of polymer. So if you use cheapy polymer, the barrel and the whole action and everything just goes pop, and that's the end of it. All right, so I'm not seeing any comments on Patreon. So one of two things is happening. Either the stream is not really, nobody's watching, which is entirely possible, or what's happening is nobody's commenting, and that's fine. I'm just wondering which it is, because at this point I'd like to know whether this is actually functioning. So if you are seeing this, if you wouldn't mind commenting, I would appreciate it. I'm going to try changing some screens here because I'm using a switcher called OBS, which I find funny. It's, OBS. I want to joke around and say that, but I probably shouldn't. So this is kind of interesting because I can put different stuff up here like this Amazon graphic. And I'm going to practice with it a little bit, and then I can bring myself back if I want. Or I can go get the Second Call Defense graphic. Because, Second Call Defense is one of our sponsors. They actually don't pay us an advertising fee. We recruit for them because I like the service, and then they pay us a little commission. And then, of course, there's obviously the obvious Patreon graphic and other things. And so when I've got stories to talk about or a video to run or something, hey, is it working? I see you there, Gizzard Gary. Is this actually working or not? I mean, let me know. Are you seeing and hearing things fine? It looks like it's functioning. Let me get back to the webcam here and transition back to that. So you should see me at this point, not the other stuff I was fiddling with. So please type me a comment. Let me know if you're actually seeing me okay. I'm waving. And if the audio sounds decent, I don't know. I should be using this Electro Voice RE320. That's one of the two studio mics we have here. We have an RE20 as well. But the sound, I hope, is good. Please let me know if the video is good. And hi there to you, too. I'm glad you commented on the YouTube chat earlier. Now, I'm looking at the YouTube chat, and I'm trying to see where that goes. Let me see how that works. I don't see any of that. So let me see if I can find that. Maybe that's where it needs to go. Where would I look for that? I have no idea. That's live stream, events. I don't see any chat there, so let me see if I can move over here. Look at that. Maybe it's along the video stream or something. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Rather do that. Oop, I hope I didn't blow the whole thing up. Am I still streaming? It appears that I am. I didn't blow it up. Okay. No, that is not there. Okay, back to live streaming. Let's see. Or maybe under community. Could it be under community? This is what happens when you're an old dude and you're trying to figure this stuff out and you don't know what you're doing. That's why I figured I'd try it. I'm grateful that you are incredibly forgiving of me here because I'm probably going to blow the whole thing up. Let's see. Yeah, man, I don't know where to get the chats on YouTube. I think that's why I was hoping to do it on Patreon. Oh, there you go. Yes, I see and hear you just fine. Oh, I'm so grateful. I also see and hear you. Oh, hey, oh, wow. Hey, hallelujah. Okay. You can only see the YouTube chat while viewing the video on another screen, not with the Hangout itself. Okay, well, I'm not using... okay, I see. So I got to... How do I do that? I don't know. All right, well, I have to figure that part out because I'm looking at... Let's see if I go over here and try pulling up YouTube on a different browser here real quick. Maybe I can do it that way. And see if I can go get it there. Hang on. Don't move. That's what my grandmother would say. Don't move. My grandmother was very Italian. All right, here we go. Let me see. Live streaming. Live screaming. No, we're not going to do that. That's as opposed to dead screaming, I suppose. Live streaming. Let's see. Set up your encoder. Add stream info. Optional features. Go live. That doesn't help me. Any of that stuff helps. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Top chat. There you are. I found you. Hello. I have one chat on the YouTube chat, and that's from Gizzard Gary. Hello. I got it. Okay, so I found that. I'm not as dumb as I thought I was. Actually, I'm really just not that dumb. But there you are. All right. Okay, so now if I take this and put that there, I know you can't see what I'm doing. But I'm fiddling with the screen so I can actually watch these other things. I can comment either place, Gary says, as long as I know where you're looking for it. Well, I'm looking for it on Patreon because this is going to be, so that you know, this is going to be a Patreon-only thing. So I'm probably not going to do these regularly on YouTube for the world, although I might, I don't know. But I really want to do them for you. I mean, you're helping support the channel, which is more important than you can possibly imagine. I mean, obviously, truthfully, I make a very good living. My wife and I do. We're not starving to death, and we're not dependent upon a YouTube channel to make a living. If we were, we would be starving to death. But, the company we own does really well, and then my wife's a speech and language pathologist, and so she's, works with little kids, and she's got a lot of clients and so on. So we're doing fine. Excuse me. But I think the issue is that it just costs money to buy the equipment I just bought. Wow, that Bell's palsy thing makes my eyes run, my nose run, everything else. All the stuff you didn't really want to know. It just costs money to run the channel and buy things. I just bought Target, turning Target from Triumph systems, which I thought would be interesting. And I know it's made out of polymer, the frame is. I on one hand, I wish it was heavier material, but on the other hand, frankly, if it's downrange, it's going to get shot anyway, no matter what you make it out of. But I like the fact that he made it out of 2x2 size polymer. So if something goes wrong with it while I'm ordering a replacement part, I can just bring some 2x2 pieces of pine and stick it in there, bracket it in there, put the thing back together again. So that's going to be kind of cool. That should be here on the 14th, I think, is when it's supposed to arrive. And the following week, I'm going to run up to Rainbow, set it up along with some other things where we're going to do some turning target work, which will be fun, and fiddle around with that. I'm actually hoping to get 2 of them, because those you can set up kind of independently. So they turn, this one turns and that one turns, and then maybe you get a shoot or a no shoot, depending on what you get. On the one hand, that's just going to be fun for the YouTube channel. And I absolutely hate fun, as you know. Ha! But on the other hand, that's also just going to be kind of cool for training. I don't know that I'll use it so much for students, because I don't have that many students that really want to go that far for some reason. I don't know why. You would think they would, but my kids sure do. They want to go, shoot more. And my wife really wants to shoot more. And we make trips to front sight and so on. But then you come home, you can lose those skills if you don't practice them. So having those tools is kind of cool. So we'll be doing that in about the next week. And you'll have to tell me, you've watched me with this stupid, funny, half my face tied behind my back thing. Am I doing better? I can't really tell. I think I am. But hopefully I'm sounding clearer. Anyway, you know what? I would love a comment from you to let me know what you think of my doing this. Is this a positive thing for me to do? I'm an old guy, and sometimes I'm like, well, that seems kind of dumb. But I don't think it seems dumb, but the other day I was watching the John Patton and Adam on their show, the Gun Collective, which I like a lot. And John I've never met Adam, but I've met John at SHOT Show. Terrific guy. I like him a lot. He really is a genuine soul, and I like him a lot. And I was watching their thing, and I thought, and when I started watching it, truthfully, I thought, who's going to sit and listen to these guys ramble for an hour? And I felt really stupid, because I sat there and watched them ramble for an hour, and when I got done, I was kind of sorry they were done. I was really enjoying listening to them ramble for an hour. So, that's kind of the thing. Okay, so what are you guys saying here? What you're saying is more important than what I'm saying, probably. So let me see if I can scroll down and find that. Hold on. Lets you get personal with your followers. Well, that's true. And I'm a very nice man. If you don't believe it, just ask me. I've been saying that for years. You're doing fine, looking better, and sounding just fine. Thank you very much. I'm really grateful for that. You can't be much older than I am. I'm not. I'm in my 60s. And I'm not telling you where in my 60s, but I'm in my early 60s. Let's put it that way. So I'm not old by any means. I certainly don't feel old. Well, that's not true. Some days I do, but I think that can happen to you when you're younger, really. I don't feel particularly old. I'm doing what I'm doing. I still hike the mountain, and I still do a bunch of stuff like that. You're 58 yourself? Well, that's pretty cool. I'm a little ahead of you, but not much. Yeah, we're, kindred spirits. I think the difference is you can still call the 50s your own, and I can't. So that makes a difference. Not that it matters, a hill of beans. When you turn 60, you'll go, oh, that was no big deal. Actually, when I was younger, you and I are about the same age, they used to say, don't trust anybody over 30. So when I turned 30, I thought that was a horrible event. Nobody will trust me anymore. 40 comes and goes, 50 comes and goes, 60 comes and goes. If you live that long. Some of us don't. My dad didn't. But I am. But I'm here, and I'm healthy, and I'm strong, and I'm going pretty well. Let's see. I have 17 months to go before I'm sick. Is that right? Good for you. You're going to have to let me know when it happens. We'll congratulate you here. Here's the other thing. You guys probably watch these more than I do, so let me ask you now to educate me, if you wouldn't mind. I really appreciate it. Because I asked Nick this stuff, and, he's not home at the moment. And, I asked my kids, I asked my wife, and they're all younger than I am. But my wife's, old like me. She's not as old as me. What's the best way to do this? Is an informal chat session better? I kind of like that, personally. My mother passed away this past week. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. 95, is that right? Wow, that's awesome. My mom, my wife was visiting her in the hospital. She took a nosedive. She's getting pretty old, too. Took a nosedive and hit the carpet, and so they took her to the emergency room. But it looks like she's going to be okay. So they're probably going to send her to rehab, so get her back up and walking again, and send her home. Sometime probably in the next couple of days. But she's in good spirits, so I'm very thrilled about that. I'm sorry to hear about your mom passing away, but 95, wow, that's awesome. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out what's best with this kind of a format. What do you prefer? You tell me. Do you like informal chat sessions? Do you like specific topics to talk about? Do you have certain things that you'd like me to talk about? Or like me to discuss or bring things for you to talk about, or what works best for you about that? Type me a comment, let me know. It would really be cool if you could just chime in and talk, but I don't think it works that way. I think you got to comment, and then I got to comment back. Yeah, I'll figure it out. So, you got any ideas? I wish I had some Jeopardy music to play in the background or something. But I don't. All right, well, look, here's what I'm going to do then. We're going to get another little event here, because I'm going to show you something, see what you think, if I can find it. I don't know that I can find it, but if I can find it, because I didn't plan on it, frankly, but let me go look and see. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a media source. This is a new one. I'm learning this software as well, so let me see if I can actually find that. Whoop, nope. Oh, name's already used. Okay, wait, sorry. How about this? No, I don't want that. That's fine. I may not do this after all. Yeah, I will. Okay. Let's see if I can find what I was looking for. If I can, that would be great. But I do not think I'm looking. Yeah, browse. Here we go. I saw a really interesting video the other day that I thought I would show you and see what you think about it. Let's see. I'm reading the comments here. If you host a live stream in Google Hangouts, you can actually invite up to 9 other participants to your stream. Okay, I didn't know that. That's cool. I like the California-specific things you cover. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool, too. I actually like those, too. I don't like the results sometimes, but I do like the stuff. All right, let me see if I can find. I'm going to test something here real quick and see if I can do it. Maybe I can. I have my fingers crossed. Let's see if it works. Nope, that's not what I was looking for. Okay, I'm just going to start this, and then let me know if it actually works. That would be great, because I don't know that it does. So we're gonna try it. I got it posted up here. Let me transition, see if this plays for you. If this video plays for you, if you could I just picked a random video. It was an interview I did with the local news some years back about because there was a shooting. But I think that's what this is. Anyway, let me try it and see if it works.
Like that.
At the P2K range in El Cajon.
Go back. How can I make that bigger? I do not know. Well, it's one of those things. It did. Does it play and make noise?
At the P2K range in El Cajon, a young boy is learning to shoot a gun. But when adults want to take their shooting skills to the next level and pursue a career in
okay, that's enough of that. Let me know if that played and made noise. That would help. I don't live in California, but my friends on gun channels do, and it's interesting to me how you deal with things there. Well, California is an interesting case because in a lot of ways, it's a patchwork quilt of nonsense as you go throughout the state, particularly concealed carry. You're such a weird set of laws here because it's really county by county when you get right down to it. You're a victim of the county you live in. I have a permit because I live in a county that issues. Now, he issues less favorably in some respects than other counties, but he still issues. And there's a lot of folks here in San Diego County that have permits. I'm one of them, but I mean, there's, I don't know, probably 2,000 or 3,000, which is not very many, but when you think about a California county, that's actually quite a few. And that number is growing. He's issuing more. But he limits it. He issues to business people and like that. L.A. County, forget it. If you live in L.A. County, unless you're, mega rich or movie star or something, I don't think he's issued a permit in years. I don't think he's going to. If you live in Orange County, which is a neighboring county to L.A., yeah, you can get a permit. So if you live in the city of Long Beach, for example, you cannot get a permit to save your life because you're in Long Beach, you're in L.A. County. But if you live in Huntington Beach in Orange County, I think Huntington Beach, Orange County, right down the street, you can get a permit and you can carry Long Beach all the time. So that's what's weird about it, because my permit is good anywhere in the state. It doesn't matter. That county can't tell me you can't carry, Mr. Persinger. No, I have a statewide license to carry a concealed firearm. It's good anywhere in the state. Well, that's just not right. Anyway, that's one of the screwy things we deal with in this state. A lot of things here are not right. Yes, I heard the video. Thank you very much. That's awesome. I'll figure out how to, change the shape and like that later on. It would be hard for me. I live in Kansas, and we have constitutional carry everywhere. Yeah, well, you know what? First of all, Kansas is awesome. My family, my mother's family, most of them came from Independence, Kansas. Gary, I don't know I assume you know where that is. A little southeast corner of Kansas, a little bitty town. And that's where my mom's family all came from, was Independence, Kansas. In fact, I'd be willing to bet you if you look down at Independence, Kansas, you might find a couple of people that would be related to her. And their last name was Patterson. Patterson. It's hard to say the P, but or the Pattersons down there in Independence, Kansas. And my grandmother, who grew up there, her name was Mamie Jane Tanquary Patterson. What a crazy name. I always wondered where the Tanquary came from. And apparently that was the last name of the little town doctor that was there when she was born. She was born in a house. Back then, people didn't go to the hospital. She was born right around 1900 or something, a little bit after that. And they didn't go to the hospital. They were born in the farmhouse. And that's where she was born. And the doctor's name was Dr. Tanquary, so they named her with his middle name. Mamie Jane Tanquary Patterson. That was my grandmother. From Independence, Kansas, long, long ago. So, yeah, Kansas is wonderful. Well, anyway, back to constitutional carry. Okay. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, as you know, if you watch any of this stuff, you do know Independence. Good for you. It's a little bitty town. I don't know what it's like now. I haven't been there probably in 40 years. Let's see. Well, okay, when I was growing up, Independence, I don't think we had but about 1,500 people, or maybe twice as big as yours. But I remember as a kid, they only had, I'm trying to think if there was a street light. I know there were stop signs, but I don't rightly remember a street light in that town. It was real small. And then my dad lived in Columbia County, Oregon. He lived in Clatskanie, Oregon, when he was the deputy sheriff up there, the Columbia County Sheriff's Department. And then he worked for some other departments too. And honestly, my memory of which departments he was at when is pretty vague. I was a kid. But that's a little bitty town in Columbia County there at Independence. It's about that size too. Really? 9,000? That's almost 9,000 people. Holy smoke. That has grown a lot. Independence, Kansas, 8,799 people. That's hard to believe. I'll have to tell my mother that when I see her in the hospital tomorrow. She's still there. She might be in rehab at that point. But that's a big town compared to what it used to be. Now, what's the name of the town that you live in, Gary? I got to look here, and my eyes are giving me grief. And I don't think you put it in there. Maybe you did. No, I don't see it. That's right. I'm sure you'll type it in there here in just a second. Anyhow, constitutional carry, I'm hoping for open carry might come because of that Ninth Circuit Court decision in the Hawaii case. And I'll tell you that dad, Linden, Kansas, I'm going to look it up later on so I know where that's at. That father who is fighting that battle apparently is doing so because he promised his late daughter he was going to do so. Now, I didn't get a chance to read the whole story today, so I don't know how she passed. But apparently this is a promise that he's keeping to her. And I'll tell you, as a father, I make a promise to my kids, I'll keep it. And so I admire him. He's going to continue fighting that battle. And I have a feeling that even if the Ninth Circuit overturns that, that's going to make it all the way to the Supreme Court. If it does, and it gets, if anything along the way happens, where either Hawaii doesn't try to take it en banc with the Ninth Circuit, or doesn't try to take it to the Supreme Court and that decision just stands as a result, or one of the judges in the court doesn't try to bring it en banc, but for some reason or other it doesn't end up with an en banc hearing at the Ninth Circuit, or it doesn't end up with the Supreme Court, then it just becomes law. And at that point, open carry is considered a part of the Second Amendment right by virtue of that decision, which it is anyway. I don't know why we needed a court decision to do that. But it's part of the Second Amendment right by virtue of that court decision on the nutty Ninth Circuit. And if that's the case, it covers all of those Ninth Circuit states. And then it's a precedent for other circuits. Now, if it goes to the Supreme Court, if either it's in the Ninth and they overturn it with an en banc, and then it goes to the Supreme Court decides that the three-judge panel is correct, then it becomes constitutional open carry throughout the United States. And I'd be willing to bet you there's going to be states like California and California, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and New York et al., which are going to try to fight it, and they'll have to be beaten into submission by the court system, but there will be lots of precedent to do that. And I must tell you, the day that I can walk out of my house and go down to the store and see somebody legally open carrying a firearm is the day I'm going to say, yippee, yoo-ha, I'm thrilled, and I'm going to laugh so hard at every anti-gun nutcase in this state who was incapable of keeping us from making it happen. So I must tell you, I have no desire to carry a gun openly. I've done that for work. But But you know what? The Constitution says bear. It doesn't say how. And so open, concealed, that's part of the Second Amendment, if you ask me. What are you saying here, Robbie? Robbie Taylor says, I got to run, Joel. Good. Well, thank you very much, Robbie, for coming. I appreciate it. Good to see you're feeling better. Hoping I run into you sometime at Rainbow. Please do, so I can thank you in person for the things that you do. That's very nice. Thank you. By the way, I want to tell you, I don't know if you're still here. If you are, thank you very much. I won't go very much longer. I don't want to, I've been doing this for 20 minutes here, and I don't want to bore you to tears. But one thing I want to say to you is I put that little video up that I wasn't feeling well and I was going to take some time off. And I must tell you, I'm thunderstruck. See if I can reshape this a little bit so I don't lose it. But I'm just in awe of the fact that so many people said so many nice things. I really am. Oh, hey, that's really cool. I can do that, and then I can read the comments, and I can run the switcher at the same time. That's neat. So I want to tell you, I'm not a movie star or anything, and I'm not, I'm just a regular person. So it's kind of weird when you're just me and you post something like that, and then there's this incredible outpouring of people who are concerned about you. I was just really stunned by that. Thank you. Thank you very much. I can't say that strongly enough. I was really stunned by that. It really was. I'm very, very grateful. What do you got here going on, Gary? The sale of outside the waistband holsters will go through. That's a fact. That's a fact. Well, I'm a fat guy, so I wear an outside the waistband holster anyway. The inside the waistband holster, the only thing I got inside my waistband is my belly, so I got no room to put anything else. Although there is a company sending me a couple of holsters for an inside the waistband holster for Glock 43 and an outside the waistband holster for a Smith & Wesson Shield for me to review. And wow, it's a really well-known company too. And right off the top of my head, I've lost who it was. And I also have a Vortex, a really nice Vortex scope that my buddy's putting on his M1A. We're going to take it out to Arizona and shoot it in Yuma. He's actually in Arizona, so we're going to go out there. I'm going to go out and meet him at the Adair range. We're going to shoot out there. The rifle's not legal. In California. I can't bring it here. But that's okay. We're going to wait because it's been about 115 degrees or 118 degrees out there, which I'm sure if you live in a part of the country that, that's uber hot, that probably doesn't bother you. But I'm a weakling. I'm in San Diego where the weather's always, beautiful, and I don't have to worry about it. Thank you very much. Gary said, I love your channel. You're one of the first people I followed on YouTube once I started carrying. I only carried for about 3 years now. Well, good for you. Good. You do that for the rest of your life, brother, and you'll be safe. I like the way you're knowledgeable, professional. Thank you very much. I've been carrying a gun. I had to figure it out the other day for 38 years, I think. And I've had some breaks in there, but not too many, because I carried a gun for work a lot. And then I've owned, my wife and I, and then independently before I got married, I've owned a couple of small businesses, and I've had to carry for that. And then I've had to go chase not so nice people and put them back in jail a number of times as a bail bondsman and that kind of stuff. So, carried a gun a long time. And fortunately, at this point, I haven't had to shoot anybody with it. I hope I never do. Well, listen, I want to tell you, thank you very much for jumping in. This has really helped me test this and see if it works. I want to ask one more question, and that is, do the transitions work, for example? They should. Like, I'm going to switch this right now to the graphic I use to open it. Just let me know and type me a quick note if you see it and it's working. So there's the graphic. Hopefully you can see that. And then I'll get rid of it. We'll take it back off again. Okay, were you able to see that, and did it transition back and forth? Because if it did, that's pretty cool as well. One of the reasons I want to use this switcher program is because I'm going to set up a little section over here in the office where my son can be. Oh, awesome! Thank you. My son can be there. We'll put a camera on him and get that other mic on him, and we can have a chat with you too. Because you don't ever get to see him. He's always on the other end of the camera. So that would be kind of neat too. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate you helping me test this out. I'm really grateful it works. I actually, I've fiddled with it for about an hour and a half to get it going. We'll do this periodically. Next time what I'll do is I'll post ahead of time when I'm going to do it. So it's coming, and we'll get it scheduled, and that way it's not a blinding surprise. But I want to at least test it this time. Thank you again for all of your well wishes. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful week. And thanks for trying this out with me. This is awesome. This is going to be fun. Wherever you go, whatever you're doing, I'm going to say this because I always do. Be safe.